Pokemon has always had some unique ways of evolving our favorite little pocket monsters, from levels to trades to even items. But we're not here to talk about those. Today, I want to take a look at some Pokemon with some more weird and obscure methods of evolution, so let's hop right into it. First up is the Nincada line. As you may know, Nincada can evolve into both Ninjask and Shedinja. Now, Ninjask itself isn't very hard. He evolves from Nincada at level 20. The part where things start to get a little weird are when we take a look at how to get Shedinja. And well, he kinda just appears. Let me explain. If you were to have a full team of 6 Pokemon, one of which being Nincada, and were to evolve it at level 20, you'd get a Ninjask and be on your way. But if you have an open slot in your party and have an extra Pokeball in your bag, when involving Nincada into Ninjask, a Shedinja will appear in your party as well. Next on our list is Shelmet and Karrablast. Now, at first glance, they may seem like your standard trait evolution, and well, they are, but with a twist. In order for the trait evolution to work, one player must be trading a Shelmet and the other must be trading a Karrablast. If either of these two are missing from the trade, then they won't evolve. On the topic of needing another Pokemon to evolve, let's talk about Mantike. Mantike was a baby Pokemon added in Generation 4 as a pre-evolution to Gen 2's Mantine. In order for Mantike to evolve, you must level it up while having a Remoraid in your party. Now this next evolution method belongs to Inkay, and it's honestly one of the weirder ones. In order for Inkay to evolve, it needs to hit level 30, and here's the kicker. Your 3DS has to be upside down. In fact, this is still the case even on the Nintendo Switch, meaning if you're playing in dock mode, you still gotta pull it out and hold it upside down. I'm honestly so torn on this evolution method. I both love it for how unique it is, but I can also realize how hard this would be to naturally figure out without the use of guides or the internet. And trust me, I'd know. Back when these games were launched, I literally remember my friend beating the entire game and leveling his Inkay to level 100, still completely clueless on how to evolve it. Next up is both Stantler and Hisuian Quillfish. Seeing as these evolutions are the same method and from the same game, I thought I might as well pair them together. To evolve Hisuian Quillfish into Overquill, you're gonna have to use his move Barb Barrage 20 times in the strong style. As for Stantler, you'll have to use his move Psy Shield Bash 20 times in Agile style in order for him to evolve into Weirdier. While we're grouping some together, here's a set of 3. Reller, Ponmo, and Bramblin. 3 Generation 9 Pokemon, all using a Generation 9 mechanic to evolve. So Pokemon Scarlet and Violet introduced us the Let's Go feature, a way to send out a Pokemon and have it battle, collect items, and walk with us. In order to evolve all 3 of these Pokemon, you'll have to walk 1,000 steps with them using this Let's Go feature before leveling them up. Speaking of Gen 9, let's go over a few more. First up, Finizen. Ah yes, the dolphin Pokemon we were all waiting for. With its evolution Palafin already being super cool and unique, its evolution method is no different. In order for Finizen to evolve, it will have to reach level 38 whilst being in a Union Circle. If you don't know what a Union Circle is, it's just an online way for you and your friends to join each other's game. A cool twist on forcing you to play with friends, kinda how trade evolutions did back in the day. This next Gen 9 Pokemon is quite a task to evolve, and its name is Gimmighoul. In order to evolve Gimmighoul, you need 999 Gimmighoul coins in your bag. How do you get these coins? Well, Paldea is littered with tiny Gimmighouls hiding throughout the region. When you find them, they'll drop a few coins, but not much, meaning this evolution is actually quite the challenge. Bisharp and his new Gen 9 evolution, Kingambit, are up next. In order to evolve your Bisharp, you'll need a new item called the Leader's Crest, which can be found on other wild Bisharp leading a group of Pawniard. Once your Bisharp is holding this item, you'll then need to faint 3 of these same leader Bisharps. Once you do that, just level up your Bisharp and you'll have yourself a Kingambit. Up next, Tandemaus. How do you evolve it? Well, it'll evolve when it wants to. Tandemaus can evolve anytime it wants after reaching level 25. It could evolve at level 26, it could evolve at level 31. It's all up to your Pokemon to decide when it wants to start that family. And to end off these Generation 9 evolutions, we have Primeape. To evolve him into his new Generation 9 evolution, Annihilape, you're gonna have to use the move Rage Fist 20 times in battle and then level it up once. In other words, your Primeape basically becomes so mad that it dies and becomes Annihilape, hence the ghost typing he gains. If you've made it this far and are enjoying the video, consider liking and subscribing. That said, it's time for the next Pokemon. Now, some of these evolutions can be a pain, but not as big of a pain as Meltan. Evolving Meltan into Melmetal is literally impossible within the game. To evolve it, you're forced to play Pokemon Go and acquire 400 candies, which is definitely no easy task and will take you some time. Tyrogue is an older one, but it's honestly still super unique even to this day. He has 3 possible evolutions. Which of them he evolves into depends on his stats. To get Hitmonlee, you'll need an attack stat that's higher than your defense. To get Hitmonchan, you'll need a defense stat that's higher than your attack, and to get Hitmontop, you'll need your attack and defense stat to be completely equal. Next is the ice cream Pokemon Milcery. This Pokemon honestly has one of the most unique ways of evolving. Being as it's ice cream, the form of alchemy you get depends on the item or topping you give it, paired with different ways of spinning your character, such as the duration you spin for or the time of day. The combination of adding an ice cream topping and having to spin as if you're mixing cream into ice cream is honestly super unique and allows for so many different combinations of Alcremie. Feebas is another Pokemon with a unique evolution method. Well, had a unique evolution method, I should say. Back then, Feebas could only evolve into Milotic after you raised its beauty stat high enough. A very fitting method of evolution for an ugly fish that's meant to evolve into something beautiful. But that has since changed, and now Feebas simply evolves by holding a prism scale during a trade. Up next is Sliggoo. To evolve it into the pseudo-legendary Goodra, it both needs to hit level 50 and level up in the rain. Here's 2 Pokemon for all you Generation 8 fans. First up, Galarian Farfetch'd. To evolve this duck into the leaf-wielding knight Sirfetch'd, you'll have to get 3 critical hits in a single battle. You're pretty much relying on luck, and I could definitely see this one taking a while. Galarian Yanmask is one of those evolution methods that is super unique, but I cannot see anyone figuring this out without the use of a guidebook or the internet. In order to evolve it, you first need to make sure your Yanmask has taken at least 49 damage, and then walk under a specific arch located in the Dusty Bowl in Galar. Once you walk under the arch, it will evolve. Now, the chances of you accidentally figuring this out are probably slim to none. Now let's end this list off with 2 Pokemon from Legends Arceus. Up first, the white striped Basculin. To evolve this Pokemon, you need to take 294 recoil damage without fainting and then level up. You're more than welcome to heal your Pokemon up while accumulating said recoil damage, but if your Basculin faints, you'll have to restart. And finally, we have Ursaring. To evolve this Generation 2 Pokemon into Ursaluna, you'll have to use an item called the Peat Block during a full moon. A pretty cool way to mix a regular item evolution with a cool new feature like the full moons in Legends Arceus. And that's every Pokemon with a weird and unique way of evolving. Which out of this list was your favorite? Or maybe there's one I missed. Either way, let me know in the comments. Before we end things, I just want to briefly give a big shout out to our channel members who help support the channel. I know a few of you have reached out asking for additional ways to support the channel, so I just want to make this quick announcement. If you'd like to support the channel and you want your name at the end of every video, along with custom Pokemon themed name badges and emojis topped with other perks, I'll leave both a link in the description, or you can simply click the join button below. That being said, I just want to stress it is by no means necessary. Just you guys watching, liking, and commenting on the videos is more than enough. I appreciate each and every one of you, and if you made it this far, thank you. Until next time, keep exploring, keep Keep catching, and as always, stay legendary.